Yes, it is. Go live.
Hang
Something
on,
screwy went on.
Hang on. Did you hit the button yet?
Yes, I just did. Let's try it again. And we are live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Sunday Nights with Those Guys. Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys. And we apologize for the screw up, but Zoom is doing something new. They're asking you to put in an email and some other stuff, and starting up is a little funky. But what's good? Blind Neil, Classic, Fly Zone Drone, Mikey, JSK, the Flyby Guys, who Stefan, I believe it's Stefan, is going to be on with us later on this during the stream to discuss something that he got a chance to check out. Tom's coming in right now. What's going on, Herman? How are things?
Well, same old thing, you know. I'm just here doing my thing, getting healthy, doing my thing. Okay. You know, football started, so
what's up, Tom?
Happy with that, you know.
How are you, Lawrence?
We're going to have someone on the panel tonight. I don't know if you saw the story, if you saw the story about is drone AR the future? Well, I was looking.
Remember, this is Epson Mulverio guy.
No.
Okay.
No.
Remember, I wore those glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm all invested in AR, brother.
Okay. All right. Well, those of you who don't know what AR is, it's augmented reality. And actually, I titled the stream, Stefan from the Flyby Guys tests the AR goggles for DJI Phantom platform. We're not going to get into that story right away, but it's Anarchy Labs gave him a chance to check out the goggles. I have the page loaded. And I was like, hey, wait a minute. I know these guys. Wait a minute. Yes, right. They're from Facebook. They have a good channel. I even have their website up. I've been doing my research, so I hope it all pays off by the end of the stream. But
what's up, Fly Zone?
How are you, Tom? What's going on, Drone Worship?
Drone Worship. What's good, man?
He's because he's a good-looking dude. Why he's here? Asgard Studios. How are you? Well, anyway,
what's good?
The main story tonight, we're going to go Drone Worship. Very much appreciated. This is me paying you to say good things about me.
Only good things to say about you.
So we appreciate your Drone Worship, unlike other channels who think you're the devil's spawn. We don't think that way, as you know. We've talked personally on the phone about stuff, and so you kind of know where we are as far as that. But a super chat, definitely appreciate it.
Little Llama Laura, how are you?
Little Llama Laura, Welsh Rob. How the hell is everybody doing on this Sunday? Rainy day here.
Doing good, man. Doing real good.
I'm good.
It's rainy by you.
Yeah, all day today.
What it doesn't do by me.
No, that's okay.
So, I was out threw up an image of a dust devil the other day. That thing was about a good 300 feet tall.
How far away were you from that dust devil? Because
that one I was pretty far from, because the winds by that were about 70 miles an hour, and even my FPV drone was like bucking and going, yeah, I'm not doing that. Turn me around now. So I took that from a standoff position. But
what's good, Uncle Stevie?
Went out the last 2 days into Jean, Nevada's dry lake bed, where they're running all these desert rails and these ATVs and the motorcyclists. So I'm out there chasing them around. Nobody minds. Just
we appreciate.
They wave at you. Great place to fly. So I'll put a reel together on that one soon.
All right. We appreciate Welsh Rob for bringing little Llama Laura in. Usually,
welcome.
Usually we do a little bit of we kind of BS around until people start coming into the stream, little Llama Laura. And then we usually do drone news and/or drone tech. And we're very frequently known to go squirrel, at least on my stream. Herman is by the book. He doesn't tolerate that.
She knows who you are.
I know. Stevie, are you in the house or what? But like I was saying, tonight, I believe it's Stefan. Correct me if I'm wrong, Flyby Guys, but Stefan from the Flyby Guys, got a chance to check out some goggles that are
Yeah.
going to be
Yeah,
on,
baby.
that are
Looking
going to be
forward
on
to
the
it.
DJI platform. And I got word from him that we can talk about it. We can show what we can show because the
No
patent
trouble.
went
All
through.
best, bro.
Everything's taken care of, so he won't get sued for it.
JSK,
Discovery
what's good?
One, what's good, man? Drone Life RC.
Everyone.
Funny how those come out of nowhere and be gone before
Yeah,
you.
you know what? Those dust devils. I mean, you have the ones. You have the dust that's created by the, ATVs rolling through. But no, these things just self-create themselves. It's the way the air hits the ground, and all of a sudden they just start to take off. And you try to run out there, and I saw it from the road, and I wanted to get out there because it was so focused. It was such a funnel. But yeah, it's fleeting. They're all fleeting. I mean, you get that camera up and all of a sudden it just dissipates on you. But boy, some scenic. I mean, this land is so damn vast, but every time you turn around, there's another treasure to be found.
I see that you're killing it. Hey, what's up, Pratt Plays? How are you as well? Drone Days. Good evening. Good morning. Well, it's evening, I think, where Drone Days is, and it's evening here. But for those of you who are in Australia, it's early morning. We actually do. This is our morning show in Australia, our morning stream, and in the UK, I know it's late night, and here in the States, it's
Well, where you
mid-evening.
are, it's
Mid-evening.
almost evening. Where I
And where
am,
you
it's
are, Tom,
early afternoon.
yes. So we are covering
We're trying to
all,
cover it all.
So,
all
okay.
hemispheres so far. We just
Good
need to
morning,
get,
Australia.
yes, Australia and a few from New Zealand, if I remember right. Stevie
Good
says he's about to
afternoon,
cook
West
dinner
Coast.
for the family. Give them a few. I'll actually send
Sure,
you an
definitely.
invite, Stevie, and you can come in at your discrepancy. See, whenever you got time.
And your leisure, Stevie.
And what do we have? And Mark Korn, welcome to Sunday Nights with those guys.
Drone days, 5 at night where you are. Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
East Coast.
It's good to know the
Eastern
different time
daylight
zones
time.
that we're in. The miracles
Drone
of
worship.
the
$5.
internet. Yes,
Anybody
yes.
up for a super chat war? Go at it, boys. Just
Drone
make sure you're
worship.
hitting that like
Us,
button
a
also.
super chat war. You know what?
Okay.
We would appreciate that.
Yeah,
but
guys, let me sign my profit sharing contract first, okay?
thank you again, Drone Worship, for the super chat. Highly, highly appreciated. But
Thank you.
my
Herman,
weekend
you
was
got to
okay.
see out here, Herman. I am a mere 2 miles away from the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders Performance Center.
Uh-huh.
And then the
Hey,
Allegiant Stadium is awesome. Herman, you got to see this place out here. So
Drone
they
shot.
put it
What's
together,
good?
man. They threw some money into that, bro. Right off the highway.
Every time you turn around, they're putting some money into something out there.
Yeah.
Drone shot.
Drone shots. How are you, bro? Yeah. And right across from that is a T-Mobile arena. That's where the Las Vegas Knights play. And they just built a new arena out here in Henderson.
Thank you for the super chat, sir.
The Henderson Silver
to
Knights.
We
The Henderson
appreciate
Silver
that.
Knights are minor league hockey.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
All right, so
it's nice to have some winter sports out here in Vegas,
that's what's up. We're waiting for you to come back to New York, Tom, because we have to
End of the month. We'll be out.
we have to shoot a new those guys thumbnail for going into the new year. And like I said, we want you to bring the sun and warmth with you back to New York. And once you're back in New York, I wanted to stay good for whatever. Drone worship. Much appreciated. Very much, sir. We appreciate it very, very much. Or for the super chats. This is where ballers hang out, bro. Well, I don't know if we would call each other ballers, but baldies, yes, that would apply. I think that's right. Drone worship is a baldy now too.
What happened?
What happened? I think drone worship is a baldy too. I think the last video I saw, his head is clean as well. But
no, I got hair. Mine is just invisible.
Well, I have hair too. It just doesn't want to pass a certain height. Jackson RC, what's good? But anyway, I wanted to get into the first story tonight.
What's up, man?
It's short and brief, and I also promised Flyby Guys I would bring them in by the half hour, so
Let's
we
do
have
it.
about 20 minutes to go on.
Yeah.
So I figured we'd go to the next story. And the first story tonight. Now, those of you who've been keeping up with Ingenuity, which is right now to me, there's no drone on Earth better than it. You know why? Because there's no drone on Earth you can control from Earth all the way to Mars. So right now, that has the distance record. It has the beyond visual line of sight record.
Jackson, I'll see how are you, bro?
Huh?
Yeah, you got to give it to NASA. Okay. Now remember the latency on that kind of
what is the latency? Like 6 minutes or something?
It's pretty lengthy.
6 to 8 minutes, give or take.
6 to 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, that's not bad. That's not.
Yeah, you're not going to be splitting those tree branches.
No.
yeah. You're not diving no gaps in potatoes either.
A good thing there aren't any.
No.
But for those of you who have not been keeping up with it, and for you nerds like me, even though they call it a helicopter, it's still a drone. They call it a helicopter because of the dual prop system, whatever excuse you want to use for it. But they were testing out the blades on the helicopter. And what they actually did was, now that the landing gear is down and it's actually on the ground, and Perseverance, which is the size of a small car, has rolled from over it, they did two things while prepping it for pre-flight. One, they unlocked the props and let them spin freely in the Mars atmosphere, which is a good sign, because if there were any errors or anything wrong, I got an alert somewhere, but I can't tell. Okay, I'm not going to bother. To be honest, what they're doing is, by letting it freely, if it spins freely, and you guys notice you have drones and planes and stuff like that, if the props don't blow in the wind, there's usually something obstructing them. So by letting them spin in the wind freely, they came to find out that there were no issues. I forgot to mute the speaker. Sorry about that. So what they did, these are actually images of it spinning freely in the wind. And of course, they're not exactly time-lapse photos, but they actually got the props to start spinning on their own, which was what our drones are, cruising speed, before takeoff. 50 RPMs, by the way, is the engine or motor warm-up speed for this particular drone. Actual takeoff RPMs will be 2,400 to create enough thrust to lift this particular bird off of.
A lot less gravity on
Yes. So they
and
will.
Plus, you have an air density issue also.
Yes. Now, they were supposed to be launching it on, as you see on the date here, on the 11th. We come to find out that due to I guess certain winds or whatever, they will actually be doing a test flight on the 14th.
Yeah, see, this doesn't have a turtle mode.
I was actually looking forward to showing the takeoff sometime today on the stream, but they did put out a notification that they will be doing another attempt on the 14th. So
Wednesday.
So the problem we have here is that I wasn't joking. I meant it seriously, that this does not have turtle mode. So if it tips over in the wind,
it's out there.
That's it. They just that's a scratch at that point. Okay.
Yeah, but I've been personally keeping up with it, because
this is awesome.
A helicopter, as much as you want to it is groundbreaking.
First commercial flight, aviation on another planet. Think about
exactly.
That. Okay.
Exactly.
So, groundbreaking on so many fronts.
Tom, if this thing tipped over, what do you call it? The rover couldn't go over and
you would have to hope that there was no damage to it, but yeah. So I would hope that they would have in their disaster recovery workbook there a couple of scenarios already planned and mapped out. But think about the schedule impact on something like that, right? So Yeah, I don't think it's a simple matter. Just go over and pick it back up and turn it over.
Yeah, I would agree. And
I don't
Because
think
if
that's
it,
simple either, but I would hope that they would have into consideration that if all things fail, it
some
wouldn't be
kind of
stunk up
right.
there.
well,
Some kind
remember the
of
most critical point would be during takeoff or landing, right? Because of
Yeah.
ground effect.
Yeah.
Right. So if those blades are spinning at 2,400 RPM and she tips over because of a Mars wind at 90 miles an hour,
true. True.
she's going to drive herself into the ground. So I don't know if the rover has the capability to change out props.
Oh no, I mean,
Okay, so
scrap the mission, pick it up.
Yeah.
well, yeah. Look. That end of the mission is scrapped. That doesn't mean the mission itself is a total. No, but it's something that you want to make sure of, and of course they're going to take all the safeguards into consideration here. So, we're not talking about a casual wind here, where we have mountains and trees and structures that can break up that wind. Up on Mars, something starts as just a little puff of wind at 70 miles an hour. So I don't know what top surface winds on Mars. I'm curious to find out now, but that's got to be a consideration. And then you don't have the same air density, right? So your ability to lift is dramatically reduced.
Well, I'm just looking forward. Hey, Birdman, what's good? AZ Drone Dudes, how are you? I'm just looking forward to actually seeing it take off. If it takes off and comes down in a fireball, it's still an achievement.
Oh yeah, but what I'm saying to you, this thing has gone through so much. To make it there and to land there, strapped to the belly of the rover.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
And there were so many things that could have gone wrong. So to have near perfection performance happen those many miles away from Earth, right now, that's the biggest, baddest drone out there. You can't.
I would have to agree.
And most expensive. But I just thought you guys wanted to keep abreast of it. I will try my best to stay abreast of what's happening as far as it. I'm not going to go live and say it's in the air, but I have a question for not yet, coming up April 15th. Okay. I'm sorry. Someone send me a message on Messenger and they're saying, look, Lawrence, I'm getting the air too.
Oh, so you're talking about 70-mile-an-hour winds during most dust storms, yeah.
Most dust storms on Mars.
So, yeah. Winds are averaging, I'm seeing it also, winds average about 35 to 40 miles an hour sustained for long periods, and top winds 70 miles an hour.
Well, see, that would explain why they're down inside a crater. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, well, that's a protected landing area also, right? And it's like one of the largest craters, and they want, there's so much more to discover in a crater also, because remember, the crater was probably created by something external to the Mars surface as well. So
but being down in that crater,
double your bang for your buck.
But being down in that crater is ingenious, because if there are any super strong winds, they're going to have to blow really hard to go down into this crater, for one. And the drone should be able to go up high enough to take enough pictures, because the next pre-flight check, now that they've spun the motors up, they've got the legs down, they've spun the motor up, and to warm up speed, the next objective is to take off, which they did say what the 3 steps they were going to do. They're going to take off and hover and turn anywhere from 60 to 90 degrees, and then move the camera up and down and land. So they're still doing a lot. They have to go through their pre-flight checklist, and this is part of it. So I'm sorry.
So right now it's slated to be no earlier than April 14th. Okay.
Okay. Wednesday. Okay. Yes. April 14th has been rescheduled until that day. I would say baby turtle doesn't look good inside under LED lights. Oh, that's not good. Sorry to hear. Anyway, Flyby Guys, Stefan. Tom, we have someone from the Flyby Guys come on. I sent the invite a little early. BK Droner Boys, good afternoon to you, sir. How are you, Courtney Darlington?
Hey, Courtney. What's up, bro?
Aerial landscapes, we appreciate that. Yes, hit that like button.
What I saw you earlier. That's where you go.
What do you need?
I'd like to know why. Okay, for some reason. I still haven't figured that out with why when I start my live stream, it's split screen. And when you start yours, when I start mine, it's single screen. And when you split yours, it's the way it's supposed to be. But I guess I'll never figure it out. Anyway, I'm going to sit here for a little while, and we are. What's happening on the West Coast, Tom?
Well, this is we're still about 5 hours away from the West Coast here, but we've been having a little warmer than usual weather, so we're in the 80s and the low 90s. Normally we'd be about 75 to 80 right now, but with 12% humidity, you can't complain.
How much? 12%?
12% humidity.
Oh, that's great.
Okay.
That's great. Good breathing area.
Nevada is a blast. There's plenty to see and do out here.
Okay.
I tell people, rent a car, okay, when you come out to Vegas. I know everybody gets stuck on the strip. But if you think about it, right, I threw up an image of the Ivanpah solar generating station. And that place is an hour drive south. Then you have Red Rock Canyon, which is 35 minutes east. You have Valley of Fire, which is 50 minutes north. Okay. And you got Lake Mead and Hoover Dam, which is 30 to 45 minutes east. So there's nothing but beautiful vistas out here. And if you're into flying drones, there's plenty of places out here.
Recovery One says Tesla's opening up a facility in San Bernardino, California. That's interesting. I don't know how many they have.
Got money.
Yeah, he's in the right spot.
Lots of money.
He knows that's a money spot. Oh, here we go. We got Stefan joining us.
What's up, Orly?
Right on time. What's up, everyone? Hopefully you're having a great weekend. I just hit accept. There he is. Okay. Give him a few seconds to come in.
What's Stefan, up?
How are you, everyone?
Welcome.
Can you hear us, first of all?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
we got you.
We hear
you.
Hello,
guys. Hello, guys. Nice to meet you.
How you doing?
Yes.
Pleasure's ours.
Those of you who don't know this gentleman, his name is Stefan. He's one of the Flyby Guys. If you don't know Geeksvana, him and Geeksvana are affiliates also. Where are you located at, Stefan?
I am Scottish, so I'm from the UK. But I live in Finland and Helsinki. So nice. It's currently 12:30 at night here.
Yeah, I'm sorry for having you wait so late. But we needed to.
It's okay.
We just needed to have a few people to come in, and like I had mentioned, I was doing a drone. I was looking for drone news. And I had saw this, and I was like, Flyby Guys. Like, it didn't dawn on me until I saw your logo further down on the page where you have the YouTube video of you with the goggles on.
Yeah.
Well, for those of you who don't know, AR, augmented reality. Is it the future of beyond visual line of sight flight? And the question is, do we have another device for you DJI drone owners to hook up to your drone?
That's the thing, and obviously Herman. Hi there, good to meet you, Herman. You're obviously the Phantom guy. That's how you're known, and this platform that has been developed. Just to give you a bit of background, the Flyby Guys, we're a drone service provider, and we provide services for drones, doing inspections, all the usual kind of stuff that we do. We do other things which we can't really talk about too much at the moment.
That's okay. I have your site. I actually have your site up on page now.
And not everything that we do is on our website. So, I mean, you've probably heard that we were in Dubai. I think I was chatting with you over December, January when I was in Dubai. So, we do a lot of other things as well, which, a lot of people know about that we do, but we can't really talk about publicly. So, right. I mean, everyone knows what we do, but it's kind of the worst kept secret in the drone industry. But everyone knows what we do. But I was approached last year. It was last January, actually. It was just before the lockdown started. There was a big event in Finland for the drone community, and I was approached by this guy Hanno, who was from Anarchy Labs, who had just basically started Anarchy Labs, and he approached me and he pitched this idea of an AR solution for drones, and he was really passionate, and he had this amazing idea, and he was telling me about it, and he said, I would love for you to see this, to maybe even help us, and if you can guide us and stuff, because he comes from an aviation background, but it's an RC background, so he flies RC aircraft, so he's not used to flying drones where we have our devices looking down, and we're looking down right. and flying. He's used to doing that and flying, constantly looking up. So when it comes to drones and looking at the remote, that's something which is kind of alien for him, So he was thinking about making, because he comes from the gaming background. Because I don't know if you know how much Finland is involved within development of games, but there's a lot of gaming developers here. You have Angry Birds, you've got. What's that other one?
There's a few video gaming companies over there because Xbox. And,
yes.
And they do a lot of high def. There's a few companies that do a lot of high definition gaming over there.
Yeah, so we have a lot of really good developers here. We have high-end developers. So I think they've come from the gaming side. And that's what you're basically seeing. So any of you who have seen the videos that have been made now, what you're seeing there is gaming developers now getting into the drone industry and creating platforms from a gaming perspective, and that's what you're seeing. So, and those more guys, immersive. It's more immersive, and it's like a 3D. Immersive. It's very immersive, and it's really kind of raising the situational awareness that we need. Now, obviously, obviously, Lawrence, you are an FPV guy. I've seen lots of your videos. And you have the goggles on, but when you have the goggles on, you can't see anything apart from
no situational awareness.
There's no situational awareness. Exactly. Right. When you have this system, which they're using the Microsoft HoloLens too, it's totally clear. It's totally clear. So you can be standing in front, you can be at the side, and they can walk around, and you will see everything. So, so your actual awareness is 100%.
Stephen, I also noticed you had a bit of Minority Reports going on there, where you were leveraging the interface within the realm of that AR spectrum.
Yeah.
Which I was an early adopter of the Maverio, the Epson Maverios.
Yeah.
Very well. Not similar in that regard.
Yeah.
But providing some visual line of sight while having, that without looking down at your screen, basically, right?
Yeah.
So tell me about that interface, because that seems wild, man.
The interface is well, if you think of a HUD that you have.
I have a picture of it that I can actually pull up. It's not too big. But if you just give me a few seconds, I was trying to pull up.
Look, HUD is what I'm looking for in my interface.
Yeah.
Okay, regardless of what it is, whether it's on the screen. Okay, in my FPV goggles, I want that HUD right there.
Now, what you're seeing here in this picture, when you think of a HUD, Tom, you think of a HUD like an F-15.
Right.
And it's 2D, right? It's 2D. Now, what you're seeing here, it looks like it's 2D, but it's 3D. It's 3D. So it's, it's layered.
So you have foreground and background.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
And actually the pictures don't do it any justice. And this is, because, I don't know if you've seen the Geeks Vana video that came out last week as well at the same time as my own video, but you should watch Sean's video. He does a really good video of it as well. I sent him the footage and he done a quick video. And when we were talking about this, when I sent them the actual images, he said, this is incredible. He says, but the images don't do it justice. And then I sent him
what are we looking at here? Because I see, obviously, there's your map, which would probably show your position and or the drones. And what is on the upper right-hand corner looks like the live feed coming from the drone.
Yes, that's the video feed there.
And now, is it maintaining focus on the drone in the sky for you?
Absolutely.
As well? So
absolutely,
so it's like a golf swing in Top Golf, where I hit the ball, I can see my trajectory, right?
Exactly.
So, situational awareness is not blocked. You have situational awareness of aircraft orientation.
One of the big things.
Can I order this?
The end of this month.
Come on, there's too much stuff happening. Slow down.
When you're flying your drone, right, and it can be it can be far away, but you still have visual line of sight, but it's far away, and then you kind of get disorientated, whether the battery is low or you might lose some GPS or something, and you think, okay, I'm going to fly it back, but you're kind of disorientated, and you have to find the position to know which way should the drone travel? Should I turn it?
Exactly.
You have that absolute vision because there is an arrow pointing towards where it's looking all the time. So you have this arrow pointing which way it's going. So you can easily see the drone and you know which way it's pointing every time.
Right.
Every time.
That's fantastic.
Quick question, Stefan. I have the video here that's actually on that page, and I'll put the link to the actual article in the chat. But I fast forwarded to 29 seconds, and it actually shows a gentleman using the AR system, but he's actually touching with his hand in the actual air and explaining. I cannot play the sound, for reasons.
No, of course,
but
it's okay. But what he's doing,
what's going on here?
He's actually what he's doing is he's actually configuring the system so there are buttons there, because again this is 3D. So what you're seeing there is that there is one interface there, and there's another. There's boxes kind of all over which you can configure. So he's pressing, and this is the immersiveness of it. It's not 2D. It's 3D. So you'll have a map here.
And you're actually going through the menus here.
Yes.
So
you can manipulate the interface and customize that interface.
Yes.
While touching, which I thought was interesting about this article.
Yeah. This video here is the reactional video. So this is what we couldn't show the user interface because this was before the patent was done.
Right.
So so what you're seeing here is just pure reaction. And I didn't really want to make it kind of Hollywood, to make it something that it wasn't, but it really was. I mean, even if this was 6 months ago, this was still amazing back then. And my reaction that you're seeing there is live. It's pure. It's not made up. That's my first time trying it.
Let me ask you a question. Is this one of those? You thought about the technology, but when you actually realized that it was much better than you thought it would be, type of situation?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
those are the things you long for, right?
Yeah. Of course. And when Harno, who you seen there, in the video, he is the founder. He's one of the founders of the company, and I'm actually acting as an advisor for them. So I work with them as an advisor.
Right.
And like many people within the company who were like investors or on the board and had no idea what this looked like. So for them, you know, I mean, he pitched it really well, but when you see it and you kind of go, wow, this is just now. Let me just say that this is for DJI Drones. It works on the DJI Smart Controller.
Right.
So all the drones that will be compatible are the drones for the Smart Controller. So you have the DJI Enterprise range, which also includes the Dual, and then you have the Phantom 4 version 2, and you have the Mavic 2 Pro, Mavic Air 2, and Mavic 2 Zoom.
Right. So now, what is the actual connection? Is it a wireless connection to the controller, or is it a wireless?
Is it tethered behind you?
It's an application, which is an application on the Smart Controller.
On the Smart Controller.
Okay.
So
yeah.
So
do you
like
realize any
Lychee,
latency between the two?
No. What'd you say, Herman?
So it's similar to like Lychee, where it would run on top of it.
Yes. Yeah.
And so when I'm looking at the interface on it, Steph, and I'm picturing like, because I watch NCIS and how they have the 3-dimensional screen and they can move things about, but they're within.
Give me 1 second.
The whole interface where they can operate everything just by hand on this a big screen that's in front of them, but it's in 3 dimension. So that's basically like basically I have a pair of goggles. I have stepped into the screen of the goggles.
Yes. Also at the same time, what you have the 3D world in that system as well. So where you are, so let's just say I'm here in Helsinki. So I don't know. Let's say I'm Lawrence. If you can play the other video that is on there, can you play that video?
Hold on. I'll tell you which one. That's on the same page.
Yes.
Going up. All I have is hold on. Nope, I see 2 commercials here and just that particular one.
So is this based on the Microsoft HoloLens?
Yes.
Technology? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
This one is on, this article is actually on, it is the Drone Life article.
If you go to the website, if you go to the Flyby Guys website and the blog, and you'll see our blog for that one, and then you'll find the other video, which is
something that said blog. Hold on.
Yes.
I just saw something. The Flyby Guys, Flyby. I like how the
flybyguys.com.
Here it is, the Flyby Guy blog. All right. I see there is a video here. Is that the actual video with the goggles?
Yes.
Let me show you. Hold on. What I'm looking at right here is this first one here.
That's the one there. If you click on that, and then that's our blog. So if you go down, and the second video on there, that's the one there. So this will show you the interface. Because the patent's done, we can show you the interface now. So this is me just basically telling you that, you know, from the last video, you know, because we couldn't show you before because we didn't have the patent and whatnot.
Right.
But now obviously we do. So what you're going to see from the first shot here.
I'm actually fast forwarding it to the interface.
Right.
This is the interface here, correct?
That's right there. That's
that
right.
We're seeing.
And
this is what you see through the goggles.
This is what you see. And your eyes are now configured to the HoloLens, and it's now having the home point. So the HoloLens is seeing the drone, and it recognizes the drone as the home point. So when the drone takes off, it will know the distance. And you will have the distance, you'll have the height, you'll have everything there you can see. It's incredible. This is a game changer. I am not joking. It's a game changer. And this is you looking down, and you'll see someone walking out in front. You'll see Lassie coming in front, who is one of the other founders and also developers there. So you can see the smart controller down there.
Everything is translucent.
Everything's translucent. Yeah. So you can see someone there. Yeah.
And this is the drone. This is what you actually are seeing.
This is what you see. Yeah. So this is a feed
in the 3D environment.
In the 3D environment. Yeah. And this is waypoints. So this is actually waypoints that they've put there. So the drone's taking off, and you can see it's 6 meters away. You see your home point. so that the HoloLens knows where you are and knows where the drone is as well.
Okay, and I see the arrow points back to there's the direction that the drone is. So if you do turn away or get distracted, you know the drone is within those brackets.
Yes. Yeah.
And you say this is an application that would be run along with, like Herman said, like Lychee.
Yes.
That,
yes. Yes.
You know, that's interesting. What are these? What are these the S and E? Are those sub menus?
No, those are waypoints.
Oh, those are the
waypoint
waypoints
set.
for the drone. I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And you see it three-dimensionally.
Yeah.
So you have those visual cues there. Yeah.
Now that drone is going backwards. That's why you see the arrow pointing forwards, but it's coming
Pointing
backwards.
Forward.
So it's still facing, but it's coming backwards. But it's showing you which way it's facing.
Now, how is the quality of the actual graphic coming from the drone in the upper right-hand corner here, where I'm moving my mouse? How was
it's
the
really
quality of
good.
that?
It's really good.
And you said that's low latency, that feed you're getting back, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit low latency, but it's still very, very good. Now, what you're going to see now in the next part here, you're going to see part of the 3D world. Okay, so what they can overlay the 3D world where you are. So we all know that there are 3D models of the cities.
It shows you exactly where the pad is. I'm looking at this orange line right here, and as it was, if I play it back, it was the orange line was actually away from the landing pad. So that's actually the landing spot. All you have to know is to line that up on the pad. As you see, it's getting closer to the pad, and the drone comes down. Now, was this your first time ever trying anything type of augmented reality? Have you tried any type of goggles or anything like that?
No.
And this was your first time actually?
This is my first time,
doing all of this.
Yeah.
Dude, they should hire you for the commercial.
Actually, this is not me. I'm not flying here. This is actually Hanno who's flying here. So I'm not flying this, but I was flying the other one.
Right.
But and that was my now what you're seeing here, this is a 3D. This is like a 3D building, and what you're seeing there is the obstacle detection. So that rod that's sticking out, it is detecting that's a building, and it's giving you a warning that something's in front of you.
Which would tell you if you're high enough to clear, so you know if that bar is above the building. This is interesting, man.
So basically, you're getting a lot.
This
more
is immersive
than you would from your normal, your normal interface.
And you'll get that from all the buildings where you are, or statues, or trees, because everything.
We could get that hood off of Herman's head.
I'm actually going to post this part of the page to the channel, so if they want to look at it a little better. Now, this company that came up with these AR augmented reality goggles, it's called Anarchy Labs.
Yes.
Anarchies. Am I pronouncing it right?
You're saying it right. Anarchy.
Where are they out of? Where are they out of?
They are based in Helsinki.
Helsinki.
They're based in Helsinki. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is and were you pulling my leg, or is this something that actually is going to be available towards?
It will be. We are a few weeks from launch, and you can sign up for the early access. So any of you out there who are interested, make sure that you keep an eye on the Anarchy Labs website. The name of the product hasn't officially been named yet. So, Anarchy Labs is the name of the company who makes it. Yeah. They do have a name for the actual product. I can't say what it is because it hasn't been officially named yet. It's going through.
You can keep talking. I'm actually looking at their page now.
Yeah.
Is there a price point range you can speak to, or?
Not at the moment, because it will be that you can, it will be, like a software as a service, and you can hire the goggles as well. So you'll be, it will be affordable.
Okay.
It will be affordable.
Let me ask you about the use on the enterprise version of the Mavics. Is this available on? Will this interface with the enterprise version? Yes. So because of the smart controller, we can leverage that. So we can actually use the pilot app. Would be the app of choice. so we can bring in the thermal imaging and all. Would
You guys
be
still
able
here?
to
I've
see
lost
that
you.
in these goggles?
Yes, you can. Yes, so it will work for
Man, that's
all
a
of the
game changer.
enterprise. Yes, it will work for all of the enterprise that are using the DJI Smart Controller. So, so all of the drones that are within a smart controller, this will work with.
Here's
so
the question: Can
yes.
you see yourself using something like this in one of your data delivery or visualization
Absolutely,
project?
Yes, absolutely.
Mapping,
Your business
yes,
itself.
public safety,
yes,
search and rescue. I mean, it's just, see, the thing is the immersive nature of it brings focus to what your mission is, right?
Yeah.
And you can be a lot more efficient in deploying and resolving your mission because of that immersiveness, but still maintaining that situational awareness.
Well, I think
one of the interesting things, Tom, is that when I first tried this system, on that first video that you've seen, and that was me trying it for the first time, and they were videoing it. Everything was being videoed. What you were seeing there, I can honestly say, that wasn't my second time, or that was my first time. And when the drone took off, I had the smart controller in my hand. When the drone took off, and it went to where it went to, and then I flew and it came back. Not once did I look down.
Right.
My eyes were up there, and this is the thing with Hanno, who is one of the one of the founders who you've seen there in the first video. He comes from the RC background, so his experience of flying is eyes in the air the whole time, because when you're flying RC, there's no screen. so he's bringing the RC way of thinking, way of flying, the aviation into the drone.
Well,
community.
think about it, right? How many of us, and no matter how good you are, the second you look away from your drone and you look down at that screen, you lose orientation to the aircraft up in the sky.
It happens all the time.
Exactly.
And these things can disappear. Let's make them gray so they blend in with every cloud, okay? and you lose them immediately. So, I mean, this maintains a level of situational awareness that I could see the FAA encouraging the use of a device like this for BVLS, for beyond visual line of sight. But I see the practical applications. I mean, in an urban area like New York City, the big problem that you have is building facade inspections and the ability to carry those out. And what you have is you have a whole scaffolding industry built around these things where scaffolds are up for 5-10 years, okay, because the building requires maybe inspection every decade. But by the time you're done, you're ready to do it again. So, there's a whole industry against using drones. Of course, those are some of the trade unions, right?
Yeah.
But the use of drones, especially with that type of situational awareness, and to be able to collect that data and wireframe that, and then bring that in. And there's no doubt there's additional value-added services that can be layered on top of this. This being SaaS or service, software as a service, there are things that can definitely be leveraged on top of this and layered on top of this as time goes on.
And also at the same time, what they are wanting or where this benefits from a financial point of view, it allows you to not need a spotter because you always see where the drone is.
For insurance purposes,
the additional liability of somebody else on site.
Yeah. So you think what you're paying someone else, in a sense, could be paying for this anyway.
I also think of it as, a cost savings derived from the speed and efficiency of which you can carry out the mission, right?
Yep.
So we've already seen a major reduction in cost in wind farm management through the use of drones, because you don't have to throw multiple people up hundreds of feet in the air. So you lessen your liability there, right? So now, still looking down at a screen and trying to maintain that visual acuity becomes difficult. Now you completely immersed in the situation. That means your time from ground to completion has to get better over time.
Yeah.
And that reduces costs right there.
Of course, yeah.
Uh,
And
uh,
I think that we're also in a time now where, obviously this has been in development for about a year. And I was having a chat with Hanno this morning. Actually, we were just having a quick call, and and I was saying to him that from 1 year ago when we had first met, and then to where we are now, it is quite incredible to be able to have this kind of product. But we're also kind of lucky in a sense that over the past month or two, the drone community have really openly accepted these kind of goggles because we have the new FPV drone coming out. So goggles are in a way not something that people are going to go, really? Is this? I'm not really quite sure. But at the same time, these goggles are actually see-through. So, you can actually, I mean, even if you're wearing glasses, whatever it is, and someone comes up to you, you will still see them. Everything is it's just the awareness,
So I'll relate a quick story. Today I was out, we were talking earlier, I was out at a dry lake bed out here in Nevada and flying amongst, some of these all-terrain vehicles.
Yeah.
And, my wife is supposed to be standing next to me by the pickup truck as I have these things on. And unknown to me, she walks around the other side of the vehicle and climbs in. And then all of a sudden I hear something coming along and I go, sweetheart, what is that? Sweetheart, but where are you? So yes, I definitely see the value here.
Yeah.
Okay.
A quick question about the actual goggles themselves. Are they tethered? Is there a tethering system? How
Or
are
is it
they
wireless
how
to
are
the
they
application?
powered? Huh?
Is
Let
it
me
USB-C
check.
connection to the goggles?
Let me check, because I actually can't remember, but I've got some video which I took last week when Hanno was flying. And let me just check here. I'm just checking it right now because it was from that. And actually, I don't see any cable, so maybe it's actually wireless.
Right. I did notice that, but I had to confirm because it could have been a cable behind you going down.
It is wireless. It is wireless because you can see it is wireless. There's no connection, so there must be Bluetooth. Yeah.
Well,
so
speaking to when you talk about situational awareness, and the FAA, you talk about encouraging. The FAA may encourage something like this. What it does do, not only does it eliminate what the issue you had earlier, Tom, but it also improves the drone's ability to detect things. Because when you're flying your drone and your obstacle avoidance kicks in, a lot of people don't use it because of the beeping sound. So some guys
turn it off on my.
But if you look at the interface on this thing here with this app, what it was showing is that object and how far that object is in a three-dimensional form, and in relations to where I am as far as the drone is concerned. So I could actually see them actually encouraging something like this, because based on what we were talking, and we speak on this a lot, and the things that they've mentioned from symposiums back and the past, and when they did mention beyond visual line of sight and things needing to be better. Well, this is much better.
Well, I'm running the video again for those who came in late. And
the ability to see where you are and what's around you is much better than just your first person view from the camera.
Absolutely. You have also a situation here that you have to be able to manage properly, and that's information overload, right? Because you can give the user just too much information. They won't be able to manage it. You have to develop the interface so the interface doesn't get in the way of what the goal is to fly the aircraft, right? And being able to have this 3D environment, we're being able to move things within that realm and maybe out of focus when you need to. And joining that, layering on top of that, the visual cues that it's giving you.
I love the heads-up display, right? The fact that it can fly waypoints and you can see the waypoints makes the difference on whether you judge the pole was too high or too low.
So this is the difference between manned aviation. Okay, I'm in it. I know where I'm going. Okay, I hope, hopefully. Okay, but when you're outside, how many times we've seen people, the first time they've ever flown their drone, they face it towards them the first time they take off. So if there's any kind of disaster, we can guarantee that they'll heap additional confusion on top of that. Okay? Because everything, they'll be completely disoriented. Here, you're taking that and you're maintaining a sense of place. And that's really important because.
But you know what's a winner for me here, Tom? The fact that you have this little directional arrow here, which showed what direction the drone came back in. But even if it's just beyond your visual line of sight, you know it's at that point.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
That's a very good point. And if you pause it here, Lawrence, if you pause it there, just and I can just show you there. So you know, so just above the drone there, you have the numbers. That's just giving you the heading. So that's 107 degrees.
Compass heading.
Yeah, and then on the left hand side, it's 7.1. That's 7.1 meters. So that's the height of the drone.
Okay.
To the right there, you have the battery level.
Yeah.
And then below that is the satellites. So that's your satellite count.
That's what
everything I need.
Load of battery.
Yes. Yeah.
And then if you you can see at the bottom of that orange pole there, just at the bottom, where there will also be a number. That's the distance the drone is from you. From you will see how far the drone is from you, again in meters, because you know here we use a metric system. So I mean, everything is there. Everything's in front of you. Everything's in the sky.
I just showed it really quick. The numbers right here. So it's actually showing the actual distance from you in meters, as well as the height up above on the left. And this yellow marker represents the drone.
Yes, and then you've got a 5 meter point even in front of that to show you what 5 meters is in relation to the 3.6 meters where you are. You know,
got it.
So it's and there's more coming. There's more coming. There's lots of, you know.
Well, the main part. It seems like the main part of this would be great for showing people how to actually land on the landing pad. I mean,
come on, from this to me it gives me everything I need.
It is groundbreaking, and it
puts all the information where you need it.
And Stefan, you said this is getting ready to launch soon?
At the end of this month.
Okay.
I can share. I'm allowed to share one piece of information with you for one update or let's say one aspect of the roadmap which they are working on, or they will start to work on in the next few weeks, I think. I don't know what obviously you'll be using things like AirMap. You'll be using, or there's other applications that you're using that you can check the airspace, or you can also announce your flights. We have
airspace authorization.
Can I interrupt really quick? Because I just want to respond. Ray Kelly had put way too confusing for me. But Ray Kelly, if you think about it, it's basically the same thing you have in your car. Your speedometer, how many miles per hour you're going, except this you can't touch. With your car, I guess you can touch a few things, but with this, you don't have to say what's my altitude. It tells you your altitude just like your regular drone does. But the fact that you're going to interface and switch, but did you try
so I don't think the video is going to do it justice. That's the big problem.
Does it have camera functions camera function menu that you can actually go in? Like, I want to switch from auto to manual, and I want to raise
that. I don't know. I've not been trying that, so I haven't tested that. That's something that's actually good. That's actually a good question, Lawrence, and I will have a meeting tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock with Hanno, and I will ask him that very question for you. So I will ask him that. I will do that, and I will get back to you on that.
I control the camera, right?
Yeah, I'm just asking because the heads-up display already looks detailed enough, and even if that was not incorporated, I could see it in future updates. You know, because as you go along, I'm sure graphics will get even more enhanced. The heads up will get more enhanced.
I think there'll be even opportunities here to customize the interface for the industry type.
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely, absolutely.
there's nothing but opportunities here.
I agree.
Well, like I was saying, that they are now going to work on an interface to develop where they can connect to these applications like you have with Air Map. So we have have an application which we use here in Finland called Avia Maps, and that's where actually all of aviation. So it's pilots, it's glider pilots and drone pilots. We all use the same application, and we announce our flights, and we can check where it's safe to fly and all the rest of it.
Right.
And that is going to be actually brought into this, and you will be able to have that within the 3D world as well.
Well, I wanted to point out, you said that they're getting ready to launch at the end of the month. You don't really know a price point, but it should be affordable. Excuse me. I just want to put the link to Anarchy Labs in. So if you want to keep
so Recovery Drones says he thinks it's the next level to the Epson BG.
Right. This is a site that you have to go to
and keep up away.
I'm sorry, what's that, Tom?
The next level to using, say, what you would use as a goggle in an FPV situation, taking
this
to the next level.
Again, remember, this is not what I'm looking for when I'm flying FPV. This is what I'm looking for when I am wanting to inspect a facility, to carry out a mission, to keep my firefighters safe while operating up on a roof, a smoky roof structure, to check to see what my readings are on an agricultural crop area.
I understand what you're
to map an area, so that when we talk about mapping here, a lot of public safety has moved over into the Pix 4D realm, and especially with their release of Pix 4D React, which requires a lot less hardware to get a quick mapping job done for public safety incident command. Is that something that this company is looking to maybe bring those interfaces in? Because there's a lot of aerial mapping products out there. So I would think as long as there's an SDK out there, they should be able to bring it in.
Exactly. Just from the past week, because I think Sean and myself released these videos. I think it was on Tuesday last week. Yes. And just from Tuesday, and I didn't say to Hanno that we had released the videos, but I sent him a message on Wednesday morning to say, oh, by the way, Sean and myself released our videos, and he went, well, that would explain all the emails that I got from all these in. It was really quite incredible, and that was just from that point. So it's literally, it's becoming to be, reality is now hitting in to where this can go, and there is no end. You're right, Tom. It's going to expand. It's going, and it will be really interesting. So I would love to come back here in 6 months' time and look where we are and how far it's gone and where can it go from there. It will, it's,
Yeah, you got to look at, make sure they're looking at their U.S. distribution channels as while they're at it. Okay, so
no problem. Because I would be highly upset to see something like this come out. I know for a fact there are people here in the United States that could probably utilize or come up with ways to utilize that particular pair of AR.
I'm saying, Lawrence, I'm hands down right now from a public safety standpoint, adding this to your repertoire of tools available to you, in fire service, EMS, in law enforcement, the Forest Service. I mean, come on, it's just the opportunities are there by all means.
Now, do they plan on cutting you a check for this? Because you brought them a little bit of traffic, I see, from what you mentioned.
As I said,
I'm just being facetious about this. But
I am an advisor for them, so I am on board as an advisor.
Just let them know that those guys panel is, of course, always willing to review a product. Okay, so. You let them know that, okay?
Why don't you tell them yourself? Because I'm sure they'll be watching this video tomorrow.
There you go. Big deal.
I seriously
Okay.
hope so. And if they are, you guys need to think about a United States distribution.
Yeah, we
Seriously.
said that. They'll work that out.
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah,
we make up a
yeah.
good market for them.
Or else
Yeah.
we're going to be hitting you up, Stefan. Yo, where's my goggles, man?
They'll have a back channel.
Yes.
No,
Definitely.
this is
Yeah.
great. I mean, really looking forward to it. We're looking. We're
And
gonna stay
Stefan,
tied
I
in
want
on
you
it.
to come back in the very near future after launch, and let us know how Anarchy is doing in their numbers. I mean, not that that's important, but it is important, because if there's a company out there that's going to do something for the advancement of drones, I'm 100% behind
You want
it.
to see this
And
succeed?
this
Yeah,
is something
yeah,
you
it's-
need in your tool bag.
Absolutely. I mean, I mean, like I said, the guys have got aviation in them. They're not just doing this as a way to just let's go and
Right.
make
Right.
software and make money. They do have an aviation, in their heart. In fact, Hanlo was off today. He was actually going out today to try to buy a glider from one of our friends, actually. so so that's his spare time. So they're,
It's in his
I mean,
blood.
it's in his blood. They're very, very passionate. So you can see that with this. And I think that, I mean, knowing how other development companies work, where they have ideas and they start working and things take time, and then it takes a long time. This has been a year, and even during the lockdown that we've had here, they've been working really hard and really passionately and still communicating, asking, they will come and ask for help. If they don't know, if they will, they'll get on the phone to me and say,
points, yeah.
you help us here. What
I'd
should
like
we
to
do?
let you know, Stefan, that the chat Ray Kelly put such a great guest, Lawrence, and we appreciate you coming on.
Appreciate
This
that.
is not something that we
definitely.
regularly do, but I'm thinking of incorporating it a lot more, to have people come on with stories like this. Like I said,
What do you mean?
thought
So
of
that does that mean Sean isn't a guest? I mean,
Sean's family, man.
Sean's just
Sean's not a guest
whatever.
anymore.
Yeah.
Sean's family.
Okay.
But I
Well,
wanted-
just
I
just
just
to
wanted to
say,
one thing in. Usually when we have guests on, we have a thing. We usually do a drop, okay,
Yeah.
and it has to go with Sunday nights with those guys. Is sponsored by. Then you pause 1,000, 1,000, and then you say those guys.
those
So
guys.
it would only be
You started to
fair
make this
if you.
complicated.
Now we
there.
sound like a bunch of drunken witches sometimes at night when we're doing
That's
this.
when
but
he's doing a
we
shot
get it.
and a
We
drop.
get it down. So
Okay?
I need
But
you to do
sometimes
a
there's
drop with
alcohol
us.
involved.
Hey, Robert C., I need you to do a drop with us so it's recorded, so you can officially be called one of those guys.
That
Sean,
would be a pleasure.
such as
That would be a
Sean.
pleasure.
And everyone else that comes on the panel. So
Ready?
you think you're ready for this, man?
I'm
Ready?
ready for it. I'm ready.
Do it.
Okay. Sunday nights with those guys is sponsored by
Those
guys.
and we
guys.
appreciate
There
it
you go.
ever so much. I want you to continue to keep us posted, because Sean is Sean
And
is
go
getting
out
to
and
the
sub-
point now where you have
Go
to
out
make
and
an
subscribe
appointment to
to-
contact him.
To their channel.
Yeah.
Get out there and
that,
subscribe to
Stefan,
their
right?
channel, please.
What happened?
And thanks to everyone as well, because I think that I've been watching you guys, as much as I can every week as well. I always try to join, even though it's quite late at night here. I always try to join at least first half hour. And knowing all your people in the chat and stuff, and they always, it's always a good community. And I think that's one thing which I'm very passionate about, even though this is my job, this is my work, but I'm still very passionate about the community. I think that, this is a fantastic community that we have. And the more that we work together and help each other and share the knowledge and get on with it,
Appreciate that. And that's what we
Yes.
love about it too, right? You
And
can't
I
get two of
know
us together
it's
without
late
that knowledge.
where
flowing,
you
right?
are in the UK, and I'm trying to give you some kind of sleep time. I don't know what your
up
day
in
is planned
Helsinki.
for tomorrow, but you actually were on longer than I thought you would want to be on. So I'm happy about that, and I'm not complaining. Okay, but I do know, what is it? It's what, after 12 there in the UK?
Oh no, it's 1:10 in the morning. I'm in Finland.
Oh, you're in Finland.
In
Even
Finland,
more
yeah.
so.
Finland.
Yeah,
Even more
yeah.
so now.
Look, there's no one more passionate about drones than I am.
I don't know. I'd beg to differ. These guys on the panel, we kind of eat, drink, and sleep
Yeah,
drones.
living, eating, right?
And
And,
the fact that you're close to Anarchy and this company Anarchy,
it's good.
hey, Possible
Great
24,
stuff.
and
Great
you
stuff.
have like an inside ear inside the company, and I would love to hear some new changes and stuff like that.
Yeah, keep us posted. I mean, this is right up our alley. We love
No
this
problem
stuff.
at all.
We eat
No
this
problem
up.
at all. Yeah, I'm
That's great, man.
happy to join again and give you updates and talk about other stuff. We the Flyby Guys, we are doing other stuff as well. That's the thing, and we're doing other cool stuff. We're doing stuff I can't say online, but we're doing really cool stuff. We were in Dubai a few months ago. We were there for 2 months.
Right.
It's you can find out what we're doing.
I'm not gonna lie, Stefan. When you were like, I'm still in Dubai, I'm like, damn. I know you were having a ball there. Everyone I know that has visited Dubai has come
real
out with
quick,
some amazing stories about what a good time they had.
Real quick, what's your take on
Were
the
you
2S?
there for business or business?
Come on, let's get some gossip going.
I was there for business. Guys. I was there for business.
Okay.
It's the Flyby Guys.
I got one question for you, just before you go. That's only going to be compatible with the smart controller.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So anything that going forth now with this 03 transmission system, that's in the future.
That's a good question, and that's something which I'm keeping tabs with Handle, a lot, because they are so focused on development. I'm saying to them that this drone's come out. We should look at this. We should look to try to integrate that drone when the Air 2S comes out next week. Obviously, if it's going to be OcuSync 2, then it's okay. Then they can develop it. They do have the FPV drone. Actually, on the day that we filmed the footage that you see in the second video where they're flying and you see the HUD, they actually bought the FPV drone that day. Mm-hmm. So, because I think that they were thinking that they could integrate it into that. I don't know what they've done, but if it's OcuSync 3, then it's probably not going to work. But let's see. But we're actually shooting another video next week. So we're actually doing a proper promotional video. We're actually shooting that next Friday. So there will be a new video coming out in the next few weeks for launch. So I'll send that to you, and you can have a look at that. Right. But that should be interesting, and that's going to be a bit more high profile,
So what's your take on the Air 2S?
My take on the Air 2S? Well, I just released a video about that on Friday. And my own opinion about that is, it's going to be nice because if the 1-inch sensor, which I think is great, but the fixed aperture is something which I think I'm quite unhappy about. The fixed aperture is something which because I'm right into photography from
right.
Even though the Flyby Guys are a business and stuff.
Manual control.
Yes. I have a Phantom 4 version 2.
Creative might, not theirs.
Exactly. Yeah. I've got a Mini 2, and I do have an Air. I do have a Mavic Air 2 as well. And still, when I fly those drones, the Mini 2 and the Air 2, I still feel that I don't have enough control when I'm taking pictures. I don't have enough control. But when I have the Mavic 2 Pro and when I have the Phantom 4, it's just,
you got everything you need. Yeah.
You have everything you need. But having that 1-inch sensor.
Can you guys give me a second? I have to step away. I'm sorry.
But the 1-inch sensor, that's a big, because that kind of puts a chill on the orange fever that's out there.
Oh yes.
So that's why I think it's very timely. But the other area in which I think it's pretty timely is the fact that if it is 03 and it can function within the goggle realm, the FPV V2 goggle realm with the motion controller, then you just sold a whole bunch of DJI FPV users a camera drone, and you just got a bunch of DJI FPV users to upgrade their camera drone because now they're jonesing for the goggles and the motion controller.
Yeah.
I've been flying the motion controller now religiously for the last week and a half out in the southern Nevada desert, and I'm just eating this shit alive. I mean, it's a blast, right? And it's that immersive environment, exactly what we've been talking about, except sometimes a little too immersive where I don't know what else is going on. You know, and some people need to have a seat before taking off because I was sitting on the tail bed of the pickup truck, and it was pretty funny. My wife knew for two reasons. I was getting very close to this mountain ridge.
Hey, thank you,
because
Robert.
they heard the beeping, but she also noticed my legs lift up as I was going over the ridge. Okay, I lifted my legs as I'm seated on the tailgate of the pickup truck, like I'm going to scrape my heels across the ledge, right? But you know, that's you got to give it to DJI. I mean, you know, how many times can they reach into our pocket and we're willing to like let go of the cash? What's up?
We are suckers, aren't we? We are suckers, but you know,
fanboys is putting it lightly at this point. You know, that's a sad thing. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. That's
Hold
very,
on.
very
Someone
true.
said, "Speak of the devil." Speaksman is in the room.
Sean's in the room. I see him. Hi, Sean.
How are you, man?
Pay homage.
How are
you? You know, look, we'll let you go, Stephen, if you got to get some rest, but we'll talk to you all night if you let us.
Listen, thanks, guys. It really was a pleasure being on the show. Really much appreciated. It's really, really nice to talk to you all, and thank you everyone in the chat as well. It's been great.
Enjoyed having you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on, first of all, and discussing Night Train. Thank you so much. And discussing these AR goggles. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, you're going to have to watch the replay.
Watch the replay and check the link in the comments.
Keep this site specifically. I just put up Stefan's channel, the Flyby Guys on YouTube, but keep an eye out for this company, Anarchy Labs, because they're coming up with an AR pair of goggles that work with a smart controller.
And check back with us because we're going to feature it here when it comes out.
And as soon as distribution hits New York, hits the States, as soon as it goes through, Stefan, please let us know.
I will do.
I know that there may be a few people here that
Lawrence wants to see me sitting here wearing them at the open.
Where's that super chat war?
There we go.
Drone worship.
You're gonna fit my head a lot better than
drone worship.
Night Train, thank you also, man. Drone worship can't be the only one in this. I appreciate it ever so much. We appreciate it here at Those Guys. Stefan, I know it's late there in Finland, and we're gonna let you go, man. But please get these guys from Anarchy to watch the video. Let them know. We're not asking them to send us nothing, but if by chance, let me stop.
All I want to know is
when they're launching and a price point.
Will do, guys. Will do. Thank you. Listen, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you, everyone. Play safe.
Yes, man. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Be well, man. There's so much money floating in here. Looks like a Ken Herron show. Drone worship, Night Train, Rob C, and everyone else who contributed to the super chat. We appreciate that more so. But I honestly believe we need to do more interviews like that.
Oh no, that was great, and the technology that's coming out. I mean,
yes.
Can you live in a more exciting time when it comes to technology? I mean,
in a time of drones, right? For those of you who don't know what's going on or came in a little late, there's a company called Anarchy Labs that has come up with a pair.
Just rewind
that have come up with a pair of AR augmented reality goggles that work with the smart controller. And if you want to see actual footage
built on top of Microsoft's HoloLens,
yes. If you want to see the interface, you're going to have to watch the replay. We do have actual.
Well, you don't have the link.
So the major change that I see
the link for what? For where?
For that video
yes, I do. I actually do have the link for the video to show and I'm scrolling down on the Flyby Guys website. It's in
I
their
just
blog
dropped it on
area.
in the chat.
I am. I'm going to pull up
I
the video
just did
right
it.
now.
I dropped it in the chat.
Oh,
just
you
now.
have it. You
Yeah.
have the
Yeah. That's the YouTube
okay.
video on the fly. Go to Flyby Guys and check it out there. And then there's additional information there. You can actually check out the company as well. But give Stefan some love while you're up on the Fly Guys.
Yes, please,
channel.
please. I put his YouTube channel.
Great guest.
Well,
Great
see,
guest. You know, Herman, what I see the difference here between these and the and like the Epson Laverios, right? Which gave you like that 70-inch screen in front of you, but still allowed you to see through it, is the fact that the HoloLens allows for eye tracking. So now it's cognizant of what you're looking at. And that helps to bring in that depth, that 3D. And really, man, that Minority Reports type of interface is going to blow people away. I mean, it's truly AR. I mean, you know, there's always talk about AR.
The field of view, Tom. I like the field of view, like you said, compared to the slim field of view that you had on the Epson goggles.
On the Epsons, yeah.
The field of view is really your full.
Well, right off the bat here, if you wear corrective lenses, half of these things are you know, you're like, well, I can't bother with that because
right. But if you notice, he had glasses on under the video.
And here's the other nice thing about
Let me bring the video back up.
If you're a man pilot, you know that a lot of times you don't want to wear polarized sunglasses because you do want to see the glare off of things, because up in the sky, you want to see, if you see the glare off of something, that means there's an object up in there in the sky, right? And polarized glasses cut out glare. But polarized glasses also cut out your ability to see a damn screen.
Yes, they do. But this
so the nice thing about this is, just like the Epson Laverios, what I loved about the Epson Laverios was the fact that the sunglasses were external to the interface. Just like these can be dimmed. So
well, see, as you see right here, he has a pair of glasses on.
Yes,
so
yeah, he's got
you're not limited like
on.
That's very crucial. I know a lot of
it's more crucial if you have astigmatism. Look, if you can easily correct something, usually you can tune what they have there. But if you have astigmatism or something that where your eyes are different, usually that can only be corrected through prescription lenses. Then to have to buy a separate set of lenses for this becomes awkward, right? But the ability for these just to come down over it and leverage your regular prescription glasses, that's such a smart move.
See, what I like about this is that it actually takes, like when you mentioned the glasses, the Epson glasses, it's not even to me so much combining that with, say, like a pair of goggles to say you step into the world, but the fact that you can actually
keep talking, Herman. I'm going to put the video up again.
Like I mentioned, like with I watch NCIS and I see how they do that on the screen, and they just move things around, and it's in a 3-dimensional.
The movie.
This is the actual. Right? This is the actual heads-up display for those of you who have come in a little late. And
but again, and Sean is in the chat. Sean, one thing Stefan made very clear was that these pictures don't do it justice. That you know, I mean, the real game changer is going to be when you put them on. Because right now it might look cluttered, it might look difficult to manage, but when you get into that environment, I bet you it's much more intuitive. And because it is doing eye tracking, that's the other thing. What I like also about it was, I keep referring to Minority Reports, guys. If you haven't seen the movie, go watch the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly what I'm talking about. But your ability to actually turn your head and continue working in an interface that's over here or over on that side, you know, so everything doesn't have to be cluttered all in the center.
It continuously lets you know, and I want to point this out really quick here. If you see this arrow, Stefan explained that this shows in degrees what direction the drone is actually facing, and this orange line shows what direction the drone is moving in. It pretty much orientated in. And even if the drone is beyond visual line of sight, you know your drone is somewhere at the end of this orange marker, give or take. And the fact that you can also run waypoints, and it does right now, he says that it works on the smart controller. But if you're wondering what these poles are, these are actually waypoint poles and heights and altitudes that they pre-programmed in to show its waypoint
Your
functionality.
starting point, your end point is your starting
Right.
point. Go to
As you
point
see
one,
the
point
drone
two, point
returning
three, go
here,
to your ending point.
it shows this red line shows that it was moving backwards. So you have
Can't
that,
wait
you
to
have
see it
height
when it
here,
comes out.
and on the bottom of this orange line in the middle, I have to point out you also have distance. So you can look down at the bottom of that line, like the guy just did briefly. In a few seconds, he's going to do it again, and I'll pause it. But he's changing the direction that it's in. It's at pointing at 108 degrees. But if you look down, damn, I missed it. Let's try that again. As you look down, here it is. It's showing you distance away from you as well. So for this to be an actual pair of goggles to have all this information, the right-hand screen, of course, is what the camera sees. The left one is your map and location. Pretty much DJI, it's running over the DJI platform, like Lychee, as Herman mentioned earlier. But there's a lot of promise for this. I do see a lot of promise for this, and landing, as you see, is this yellow marker touches the outside of the landing pad, this drone is going to land somewhere within that
Boy,
landing
Herman,
pad
he's
area.
so excited over that landing, the line to the landing pad.
Yeah. For those of you
He's
who
going
have
to set up
landing
a
pads
training
and
clinic.
find it hard to land on right now, I just wanted to pause. He's at 31.7 meters away. Of course, this is in the UK, so they're using meters, but he's at
in
31.7
Finland.
meters
He's in
away.
Finland.
And they've simulated a building here. That's what the square section is. Now, this black bar, he explained, is the drone using obstacle avoidance, and it will go up and rise above the building. So there's a lot of stuff right here that I see a lot of people getting a lot of use out of.
What that actually is telling you in the obstacle avoidance, it's showing you the obstacle in the three-dimensional form and showing you how far you are away from it and from each corner.
Yes,
Right.
and that's courtesy of Stefan and the Flyby Guys, but Anarchy Labs, keep an eye out for them. They're supposed to be launching this particular set of AR goggles at the end of the month. Price point is to be affordable from what we hear. As we find out more, Herman may find out something by his live stream or shortly after, or Darren I may. But
Hey, Herman,
as soon as we find out price point and what the launch date is, I can guarantee you we will let you guys know.
affordable is relative because affordable means whatever it costs me, I got to figure out how I make that right with the wife.
Recovery One put, if it's along the same line as the Epson BT300s, I would say it would be a cost point around $600 to $1,000 for the heads up gear and app.
That cost me another Coach bag, or that's going to cost me something.
You know what?
It's always a factor in there.
It's not that bad.
It's not just tax.
Actually, I think it might be a little step up. It's a bigger step above those Epson.
I think it's a bigger step.
I think so because of the fact that Epson's field of view for what you actually see is
you keep on saying that, but it wasn't. Realize the glasses.
Just looking at the glasses.
What you were seeing inside of those, it was like having a 70-inch diagonal flat screen about 60 inches in front of you.
Right.
Okay, so that's not a little slit you're looking at.
These are the actual goggles themselves right here.
But
and keep in mind,
this is a much different.
They are connected wirelessly, and I wanted to pause it to show all of this around these glasses is where you see your heads-up display. So it's not just a thin sliver.
But
your field of view is wide open.
Turn your head. The glasses are still on, so your interface is just not this big. It's much wider because you can turn your head and still have interface things on the side. You saw when Stefan turned his head and he was clicking outside that front range. That's what's amazing about this.
Yeah. People who have smaller lenses or lenses on their glasses, they don't see smaller pictures.
No.
Doesn't. It's not,
No, I get it. I get what you're saying.
Herman only sees a little slit when he looks through the hood.
they don't
Okay.
see smaller pictures because the lenses are smaller.
Now,
Listen,
let me ask
guys.
you a question, Herman. This is a good. Does it get the hood off of Herman's head? Is the question. Does something like this
Well,
get
see,
the hood off of
see
Herman's
this thing
head?
right here, right now, for
Yeah.
someone who does not have a smart controller, you could be talking about $1,400 worth of controller just to fly now.
You could, but
True.
imagine that immersive environment.
True. That's true.
Phantom 101 videos.
Listen,
Jeez.
guys, it's that magic time. It's
You
6:30.
know what, Lawrence? I got a phone call.
About
And someone asked me, do I have
Herman, hold
DJI
on,
You just
Herman.
lost Herman.
You got to repeat that. You just froze.
Yeah,
All we
wait.
heard was,
You
"Do I have?"
you froze
that
at
was
the worst opportunity.
go for it,
I
Herman.
got a phone call. Someone asked me if I had filters for the DJI FPV drone.
DJI FPV drone. There
Yeah.
are filters. I'm using them.
No, someone asked me if I had
they
filters.
asked Herman if he
You don't
had
even
some.
have an FPV
What, for a
drone yet, do
giveaway?
you?
Right.
For a giveaway?
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking about calling them and telling them to send me the filters.
Interesting. Well, listen, we're going to get out of here and we can discuss that before
I
Wednesday.
used the 32 today. The
Yes.
ND32 out there.
Yes,
man. Makes
I
a
just
huge
want to
difference.
say we
It's a
appreciate
set
you
of
all.
free wheels.
Free
We,
wheels.
Yeah.
we appreciate you all. We appreciate all of the super chats that were given tonight.
It's a problem with them
Um,
cutting off a half hour off the show. You see there?
No, we're gonna
just getting
give
into the
give
meat of it.
someone else a chance to go live that's been live all day, or wishes to go live. That's all. Anyway,
You said, Lawrence, you can give somebody else a chance to go live.
yeah, that
It's
hasn't been
live.
on all day.
Oh, I thought you said there's been live.
I agree. Recovery drones. That's how I use them too. They're great.
Listen,
Eddie!
Sunday Nights with Those Guys is sponsored by
Those
guys. And we appreciate you all. We appreciate the support. We appreciate you, Stefan, for coming on and putting us on to. I'm glad I found the story for Anarchy Labs.
Really
Anarchy.
looking forward to seeing
Anarchy.
this.
Anarchy
There we go.
Labs.
Anarchy
It's
Labs.
Anarchy
Don't worry.
Labs.
He'll
Went
change
south
the name.
already, Tom. He did it.
He did it. You knew he was going to.
This is
It's
what I
not a
gotta
show
go
in
through.
months.
He did it.
Okay.
Anarchy Labs and all kind of stuff now.
Anarchy Labs.
That's it.
Keep
You
an
know,
eye
and I
out
was
for
going to
these
ask Stefan,
guys.
is that your name or is it Steven? Okay, because sometimes we're not sure with Lawrence, right?
Oh.
So
Listen, everybody have a wonderful evening. I'm sure someone else is coming live. Like I said, Stefan, we appreciate
Thanks, Ray.
you coming on, man, and sharing
Thank
your
you, Ray.
hands-on knowledge. We really appreciate that. And maybe, just maybe,
Hey,
we will be
Stevie,
having
take care,
more
bro.
people
Hey.
on randomly with some drone stories. But Stefan, keep in touch with us, man. Keep in touch with me or Herman or any one of us. And you are officially one of those guys. Everyone have a great evening. You guys have anything to say before
Oh,
we
Stay
call
safe.
it a night?
Fly safe.
Well, we'll be
Okay.
back on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Will be my 100th episode. And I'll do the
Yes,
That's right.
yes.
That's one to
And
catch,
we are
guys.
having a giveaway. Some goggles, Phantom 4 Professional. Not goggles. I'm sorry. I'm thinking
Oh,
goggles.
He's giving away.
Wow.
I'm forcing
Look at-
Herman to
he's
give
just
away
throwing that
goggles.
stuff out there, Herman. Jesus, Herman.
I got
Those
a couple
goggles
lost
out.
of
control,
Stop fronting,
Herman.
Herman.
So don't forget my last stream. You guys could go and leave a comment on that stream on the last Wednesday night with those guys, number 99. Leave a comment.
You got to leave a comment before midnight
Congratulations.
Tuesday. Get it out there.
Well,
Yes.
no, you can leave a comment up until the
until
showtime
showtime?
because maybe something else. Maybe something else in there to spice it up.
Look at that.
Yeah. Like
Look at that.
some filters, DJI FPV filters, we will see, or you won't see unless you're there.
So wrong, Brant. There.
Everyone have a great evening. Dyslexia Labs. Stop it. Stop.
Okay.
No. You better look out for Anarchy. Yeah, I was saying it like I had dyslexia. Look out for Anarchy Labs. They're launching at the end of the month. You guys, everyone be safe, fly safer. Everyone have a great evening. We appreciate and love you all.
See you later.
Take care, all.
Just ended it.